To the podcast. Hey, turning to the podcast. We on the couch.
We got B-Rav in the building.
So your man's Drizzy Drake. He dropped a mixtape, a project, I don't know what to call it. It's full of, loose singles here and there and songs he's been dropping on SoundCloud. Made it into a collection of songs, man. I like the shit. The shit jamming, man. It was necessary. It was needed.
Seven
at this
songs.
time. 7 songs.
I think it's a little been 7 songs, but
7 songs.
It's got some hits and misses.
What you don't like the latter half, Prez?
That's me. I like the first half, like pretty good. Like going on about the first 7 or so songs, minus Tootsie Slide, pretty good.
Come on, you don't like Tootsie Slide? I know you was left foot up, right foot slide, right before we started.
No, I wasn't. No, I can't stand that song.
We caught you dancing, Perez. Like we got it in the back. You was doing left foot.
Make sure y'all put that out there if y'all do. But and then with the back half of his album, it's more of that slow rap, like no emphasis behind it. So I just didn't like his energy that he brought on the back half of that album. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, you know exactly what this was. It's just, let me just throw something out here because I got all these songs out that's been out for like the last year or so, and they better than a lot of people's full project. If we being honest, as far as being able to present it, I'm not talking about the guys that we like. I'm just saying as far as a body of work.
So I'm just saying, like, when you at that level, you got to quit with that nonsense. We don't compare Michael Jordan to the lower levels. Like when you're the part of the elites, you only get compared with the elites. So any project that he put out is going to get compared to like a Jay-Z, going to get compared to a Kendrick type of deal. If he's choosing not to put out more trash in that time frame than they are, and then curating and putting together a solid project, that's his fault. That's what he's putting out there. And I'm going to grade him on what he's putting out.
But you got to understand the times are different too, though, Prez. The times are absolutely different. Like the same way you can't judge the eras in terms of sports. You can't judge eras in terms of how music is marketed and released nowadays, because now cats are gonna, if they feel like putting something out, they can put it out just like this. You know what I mean? And here you go. Here you have it. And sometimes it's a big success and sometimes it's not. And then the lines are blurred when we're talking about what's the actual album, what's a project, what's a mixtape, I don't know what the hell to think anymore. So as a consumer, I'm just like, I'm just going to appreciate the music for what it is. If it's jamming, it's jamming. Whether you took 20 years to prepare for this album or you just made this record last night, I'm listening to it with the same ears. I'm not thinking about all that legacy and shit like that. Just keep putting out dope shit. And if it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, it does count against, to your point, Prez, it does count against you if you put out a lot of subpar shit. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's it. It's gonna be counted against you. And if J. Cole only got this so much material, he's still in your area. When they come up to it, I'm gonna be like, well, he didn't put out 97 songs that were just crap. He cared about his audience. Drake, on the other hand, got a lot of stuff I can go point out. That was trash. That was trash. That was trash. This was amazing. It was great. This was amazing. It was great. You know what I mean? But the drawbacks, like, if they had mixtape still, you could still say it was a mixtape. But I mean, like, you're dropping everything on Spotify, so I'm taking it as a full-on project, EP, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's a project. It's in your name. Your name is stamped on it.
All right. Before I toss it to our de facto music aficionado, Hadrico, what I will say is, a lot of times I don't get too deep into what it is, and I just appreciate what's presented to me. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like, this reminds me of if you're reading this what was it called? If you're reading this, it's too late, when he dropped that a few years ago, or whatever. So he had a lot of dope joints on there, and he had some joints that was like, you know what I mean? But they weren't an album. It wasn't an album. That wasn't an album. He never distinguished it as one. So I'm cool with that, because you can't have it both ways, in my opinion. So you can't say, damn, Nas don't drop. Okay, let's put Nas as a comparison. you can't say Nas don't drop but every 6-7 years, but then you have somebody like Drake who's at the top of the game, food chain wise, as far as popularity and what he does, and then he keeps it current. I like that rappers keep it current and keep giving me material instead for taking these long ass breaks. You know what I'm saying? So I like that in my top tier guys to continue to feed the people. And if it's an 80% and it's not quite a album, I can live with that. And I understand why you dropped it. And I'll leave it at that. But Rodrigo,
can I say one more
yeah,
thing?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I understand what you're talking about. That like you're wanting to take that journey with that artist. Like that seems like what he's doing. Like as he's making an album, these Lucy's, like the ones that fell off the table, you still want to hear that music. Whereas the Nas or whatever, those things ain't never good. They may get released in the lost tapes 18 years from now. Like you may hear these songs, but
I want to hear it in the moment.
Yeah, Drake, you're hearing it in the moment. That's what he's doing. So I can definitely see your point of view on that. I think you played a card though. The last album that I actually brought of Drake's was If You're Hearing This, It's Too Late. So he knew that was kind of like I kind of hold that in a higher regard than the other stuff. So
I know you, man. I know my man. I know what you listen to and what you like from Drake and the guys that aren't necessarily our go-to guys as far as underground. But Rodrigo, you got anything on this, man?
Of course. I was, just reading a review on it right now.
Okay.
I was patiently waiting,
What is the Rodrigo review?
I think it's a mixtape. It's basically Drake being Drake. I think he took advantage of the Tootsie Slide because he knows dance records last forever. Dance records are something that are going to get played forever. And for him on the business side, it was genius. People still playing the goddamn cha-cha slide and the wobble and stupid stuff like this. So for him, with his status, his whole album could be horrible. That one song is going to get him played for the next 10, 15 years. But he actually had some good songs on it. Prayers, I won't say after 7 songs that it just completely fell off. It may have changed gears, but you got to remember that he's not just rapping for your ear. There are some people who don't like the first 7 who would like the slower rap. So he's got to have a well-rounded kind of gamut to make sure he's capturing everybody so he can make sure that when he drops something like this, he can get his entire vast audience. And I think he was able to capture that in doing it. Some people will tell you that the whole album is fire. Some rap aficionados, somebody like yourself who are extreme lyricists, will say this is trash. But the thing is, whether you're saying it's trash or whether you're saying it's great, guess what you're doing? You're listening to it.
You're saying
you're
something.
Downloading it. You're playing it. So Drake's winning. So overall in all, Drake's winning. Now, but to be honest with you, this isn't really the album that I'm really looking forward to talking to y'all about. The album that I'm really looking forward to talking to y'all about is this Mozzy, but I'll wait till we get to that one.
Mozzy.
She over here fronting. He said this Mozzy.
So the Mozzy Beyond Bulletproof.
I call him Mozzy.
He tried, man. He tried. It's only so long fake those can pretend. Go ahead, take us on out, man, because I didn't listen to it, but at work, and I was kind of
You
busy.
didn't listen to the Mozzy?
I listened to it, but not in depth. So
Oh.
you gotta carry us on this one.
So this is just initial reactions right off the jump. Like we ain't had them for too long. We talking about Friday, and we sitting here on the Sunday right now. But my initial thoughts to this album, I prefer the Mozzy Beyond Bulletproof better than the Drake hands down. Like right now, this is what I'm gonna go into the next week, bumping probably the next 2 weeks. I have to come back to this Drake thing later on, minus the 7 songs that may be on the playlist somewhere for me. But yeah, like. Came a little bit more like with stories actually in it, man. Like Mozzy tell a hell of a stories up in here, man. Like I was loving like this whole album. It was probably like one song up in there that I didn't like. Other than that, it was playing all the way through it. Each time I go back, I can't find something that I'm just jumping to. I want to play the whole album all the way through. I'm just liking the whole playthrough on this album.
For sure. All right, y'all check that Mozzy out, man. Boys, if y'all could do me a favor, man. Let's do something a little different for the folks, man, or maybe for the Patreon folks. If y'all could put together a few songs that y'all listening to right now, we could send them those playlists. You know what I mean? We could do that for them or whatever, and kind of so they can hear this music, because we clearly we can't play it, the music that we're talking about that we like, but we definitely can shoot you a playlist or whatever. So we're gonna shoot you guys a few tracks or whatever. What Prez, Rodrigo, and Cash is feeling.
Playlist, man, because I think our playlist will be so different, man. Because What
Yeah.
y'all listen to? But
Give them
Drake go
different
listen to, man.
vibes. Give them different vibes.
Oh, different vibe, man.
Give them different vibes, man. You know what I mean?
Also want to take the time, man. And if he don't listen, this is a test. And don't y'all say nothing about it. Cash, Press, don't say nothing about it. Because if he don't say nothing about it, we gonna know. I want to take the time to say, Marty, happy birthday. If you don't reply and say that you saw this, I'm gonna know you're not listening to the pod like you say you are. So we telling you happy birthday on the pod from Hadrico, Cash, and Prez. I know
Happy
we was at
birthday,
your
man.
virtual birthday party last night, but if you don't say thank you real quickly and you be telling about, yeah, I'll be on the pod, I'll be listening, your ass gonna be busted. Got him.
Yep. Happy 40th to the boy Marty, man. A lot of blessed to see 40 years, brother, man. And blessed to be a part about half of them as your homie, man. So yeah, man, more blessings to you, brother, man. And that's all I got.